for at least an hour. Unfortunately for her, but very fortunately for the rest of us, it will not be that long. I will give a little bit of a backstory though. We first became good friends the summer after my 8th grade year, right before my first year on the high school team, and we've been through pretty much everything together ever since. One thing I distinctly remember, though, was a car ride I had with her and Miss Camise the summer before my freshman year. We were talking about swimming, per usual, and I brought up my excitement to join the high school team. With me being fresh off a middle school season, and Anna coming off of her first year on the high school team, two very different experiences, as I'm sure this year's freshman can attest to. I was looking to Anna to provide some insight into what my first year on the high school team might look like. She immediately dove into how much fun she had had that year, the great time she had at regular dual meets, the supportive environment of the team throughout the year, practices over winter break, her improvement as a swimmer, and above all, how close everyone on the team was and how much fun they all had together. She told me that night that high school swim would be the most fun I'll ever have, and she was right. I wouldn't trade these last 3 years for anything, and part of the reason they've been so great, not just for me, but for everyone on the team, is her. I think everyone on the team can attest that the slang Anna and I use changes pretty much every other week, mostly when we invent new words to find different ways of making fun of each other. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever really said something positive or encouraging to her, at least without following it with something sarcastic. After thinking long and hard, though, yesterday, I decided I'll make an exception just for this speech. One good thing I really can say is that her accomplishments over the past 4 years have made this significantly easier to write. Her incredibly successful journey through high school swimming is highlighted by qualifying for states all 4 years, and for 3 of those years qualifying in every event she swam at Whitfields, making the podium in the 50 free at Whitfields every year, and being a large part of multiple record-breaking relays showcased on the NGHS team record board. Many of you also know that she will be continuing her swimming career at the Division I level in college, too, at Youngstown State University. In spite of those great things, though, the part she has had in this team over the past 4 years has been much greater than any of those accomplishments. When I first joined the team my freshman year, Anna, and all of this year's seniors, made a special effort to teach us all the cheers how to enjoy practices and how to work hard. I'll never forget the 4-hour winter break practices, because for as long and as tiring as they were also some of the most fun I've ever had. She was such a big part of helping integrate me and all of the freshmen that year into a team that would become super close with one another. And I'll never forget the countless hours we spent on FaceTime talking about how practice went, or what we think practice will be the next day, or what events we might swim at the meet that week, or just sitting, working on our own individual tasks, and realizing that 30 minutes went by and we forgot we were still on the call. I'll also never forget sitting next to each other on the bus rides, waiting to find out the events we'd be swimming in the meet that day, each of us hoping for polar opposite events. I was saying to myself, I really hope I don't have to swim the 50 free. At the same time, she was saying to herself, if I have to swim anything longer than a 50, I actually think I might die. The only thing we did have in common is that neither of us were ever hoping to swim any amount of breaststroke. Of all the years, though, I think we've gotten closest this year. Every time I would swim the 500 at a dual meet, she would ask if she could be my counter, and eventually it just became the routine. By the time we got to Whitfields, she knew the exact times I wanted to hold for each lap. As I was actually swimming it, and as I saw the card shaking up and down, pretty erratically, by lap 15, telling me to keep going and push through till the end, it reminded me that she and the rest of the team were right there cheering me on. At States, the fact that boys and girls swam at separate times meant that she wasn't able to be my counter. And while I must say that Sam did do great, I couldn't wait to see her after, because it felt like I had finally finished something we had both been working towards all year. The energy she brought to every meet, from the smallest dual meets against teams with only a couple of kids, to Whitfields and then state finals, is part of the reason everyone did so well this past year and the past 3 years before this. Throughout the years, I've also found that the less worried people are about swimming something, the better they do. Although in my case, most of the team, Coach Jess especially, knows that I'm not the best at actually translating this into real life. Anna, however, has always had a contagious attitude that makes everyone a little bit more relaxed, both during meets and practices, which is part of why everyone did so well this season. Not only is she a great swimmer though, but she's also a great person and a great friend. A few of those times we were on FaceTime leading up to Valentine's Day, she was multitasking, working for hours to make individually detailed Valentine's bags for everyone on the team. Things like that show her dedication not only to the team as a whole, but also to the individuals that make up our team. She always offered support to anyone struggling with something, whether it was something personal or just a hard set that day. and the encouragement she provided on a daily basis helped people improve immensely. She has served as a great role model for everyone on the team, both as a swimmer and as a person, and I know that's something we're all going to miss when she goes off to college. She and all of the seniors have had some of the most impactful high school swimming careers in Northgate Admiral history. As I bring this to a close, I know, finally, I'd like to add that I am honored to have been featured in so many of Mrs. Neese's Instagram posts, and that while the NGHS swim team has come a long way and will only get better from here, her 4 years on the team will never be forgotten.